Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here, and welcome to High Seas Cruising Live. We're going to talk about all kinds of cruising things, and boy, we got stuff to talk about tonight. We have absolutely got some interesting stuff going on in cruising this week. Everything from dogs on a cruise ship to no Bluetooth speakers to where the heck did my pizza go? Going to cover it all. There's lots of people here already.
Tilly's here, Texas Cruiser, Attila the Fun. Hi, y'all. Yes, party time. Desiree's here. Hi, Desiree.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give everybody a minute to hop in, get going here. How has everybody's week been? Anybody just get back from a cruise? Anybody have good and exciting cruise stories to tell us?
Nellie's here. Hi, y'all.
You can ask Nelly about his.
How was your trip to Disney?
Tiffany's dying to know.
And the infamous question, did you get a popcorn bucket?
Some inquiring minds want to know, was there a popcorn bucket involved?
I bet it was. Nellie said, missed you all. I was in Disneyland. It was awesome.
Oh, I was showing Tiffany your pictures, and she was like, well, I'm not in Disneyland. That's not fair.
How's the weather in San Antonio? It's getting chilly.
Yeah, it went outside after work tonight. It was nice and cool. We've had the windows open. We are finally getting out of, purgatory temperatures. So,
yes,
that has been great. Excellent. We are 42 days away from our next cruise, counting them down, ready to get back out on the high seas. It's time for some relaxing cruise vacationing.
Yes.
It's time to eat, listen to music, visit someplace, we've been to before, but it's never boring. I'm ready to go. A new cruise ship.
Yes.
A new adventure. Though I have to say, I don't know what's been going on with some of these Royal Caribbean ships recently. Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, just a couple weeks from each other, had the sprinklers going off on deck 5 on the promenade. They've all got that extra special shower. I don't know, maybe they need to turn those sprinkler sensitivities down just a little bit, unless it's one of those new Royal Caribbean things. World's tallest slide, aqua show, ice skating ring, free shower on deck 5.
Yeah.
Could be a thing.
Texas Cruiser said we opened ours too. Donna is loving this weather. I am too. And then Nellie says, no popcorn bucket, but I did buy 3 Christmas tree ornaments. I took pictures with Tigger and Anger from Inside Out. Cars Ride in California Adventure was awesome.
You have not been on that ride.
No.
Because they did not have it.
And I don't have my picture with Tigger.
You do have your picture with Tigger, I thought.
I don't think so.
Are you sure we don't have Tigger?
I know we don't have Anger.
I know we don't have Anger, but I could have sworn you had Tigger. Maybe not, though.
Texas Cruiser says we can't go into Costco without buying new Christmas decorations. Yeah, I was in Home Depot today and had to walk out. Otherwise, we wouldn't make our mortgage payment because they had a lot of Disney. And I'd like to, I don't know why, but the 4 foot tall, 3 foot tall Mickey and Minnie and Donald that are animated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They were trying to get in the
They were
truck.
trying, but at $200 a pop, they didn't get very far. James is here. Good evening, Chris and Tiffany and all.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. All right.
Nellie says the cast members allowed us to take pics in front of Castle before a show. Great memory. I bet.
If you take out the fact that you have to mortgage your house to go to Disney half the time, the people that work there, the cast members, the Imagineers, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go in there with that awesome attitude that you were there to enjoy and have fun, and those cast members pick up on that. Yeah, they're going to hook you up in every way, spread the magic, as they call it. You know,
spread the pixie dust.
Right. I mean, so it's a really great experience when it's like crew members. You know, you do it right, you get treated right, and the cast members there are no different.
Let's see. I even got caught looking at HEB branded tree ornaments in the store.
And yes, and it's actually out on the website now. They have released the itineraries for Symphony of the Seas. They released 12 ships. The only one currently out of Galveston that they released in this third wave was Symphony of the Seas. But yep, it is confirmed. We are officially on paper bookable cruises getting Symphony of the Seas.
Andre says, "Hey everyone, I'm back. Stay keeping on sea trials on subs, but at least I get to cruise on Behave of the Navy and get paid for it." Okay. Nellie says, "Yes, 3 of us went. We spent $947 in dining alone." Yeah. And Desiree wants to see the puppies.
We have one here in the room. I'm sure Tiffany might be able to get him to come up here in a minute when he's not chewing on himself. But we've had to keep them separated during the live because they decide it's time for a pro wrestling match.
Yes. Chica is here. Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome.
Nellie says, "Rick, you know your feelings are hurt. No icon. Mine too."
Well, it's not necessarily over with the icon yet. We're just not going to see her in the 2026 cruising season, at least. I think they're going to have to build a couple more of those. They're only on the second one. And I think that is going to be super dependent on Perfect Day Mexico being completed and the Beach Club in Cozumel being completed, because that are going to be two of the places that ships out of Galveston will go to consistently. So I think that's something that Royal's going to be looking for. But hey, Symphony of the Seas, still, we're moving up in the world. Started with Allure, got Harmony, moved on to Symphony. Who knows what we'll get next?
Texas Cruises and Royals holding back on the shorter Caribbean sailings on the 26-27 calendar until February. Desiree says, "Hi there, cute puppy."
Talking to you. Yeah, you.
Nellie says, "Don't get me wrong. I will go on Symphony, haha, but I think Icon will come when it's time for Perfect Day Mexico."
Yeah.
Nellie, I think Icon will be doing the shorter sailings, and that will not be released until February. Phyllis says, "Yep, give Symphony a try. I never sailed on her."
Yeah, we have not been on Symphony. Of course, we haven't been. I got to get Tiffany on Harmony. But yeah, lots of good stuff going on as far as all of that goes. Lost my train of thought. But I guess since puppies are in the subject matter here, I guess we can talk about puppies, considering that Margaritaville at Sea, Margaritaville Islander in November of 2025, doing the first ever dog-themed cruise where they are going to allow 250 dogs on board a dog cruise ship. They're going to be able to get grooming. They're going to be able to get massages. They're going to have obedience and training classes. They are going to be crapping in the hallways, going up and down between all the cabins. I'm utterly convinced of it.
Nellie says, "Ooh, the Margaritaville sailing with dogs. Yes."
I am honestly torn on this one here. It sounds really good in theory. It sounds really good on paper. I think it's going to be a combination of how do you really know how your dog is going to react when they're suddenly stuck on a cruise ship? Is the motion of the cruise ship going to bother them, make them sick, aggravate them, make them anxious? How's your dog going to feel about 250 other dogs in a confined cruise ship space? They're supposed to have bathroom areas out on the balcony for the animals. There's supposed to be a doggy butlers on board the cruise ship to help keep the ship clean, but dogs are dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about everybody else's dog. Our dogs are really, really good. They don't have accidents in the house. So I don't know how they would even understand that they're supposed to do it on a cruise ship because they can't go outside. And every time we take them somewhere, boy, they've got to go like 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
It is so weird. Take them for a walk in the park and they're going constantly. Is it going to be different when these dogs get on board this ship? That's just the dog side. Then there's the people side, I think. Because how many of these people are going to be the ones that can't pick up their plates off the elevator floor? That just leave their cups randomly in a stairwell, spill something, drop something, throw something. They don't care. Someone else will pick it up. I'd hate to think that those people would be the exact same way with their dogs. Their dog just has an accident on, the cabin corridor, and they're like, yeah, someone else is going to clean it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish the cruise the best success. I hope it works out for them. I hope it's successful. I think we're just gonna have to be a wait and see because I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah. So Attila says I checked prices on the Ocean View for that ship, but not the dog cruise, and it's really reasonably priced. Texas says the Symphony prices for 26, 27 are not bad. James says I agree. That's too many dogs on a ship. Don't think it's going to be as good as they think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that could. It's one of those ones that I think it's pretty hard to predict. It could go really, really great and have absolutely no problems, but it's a first ever cruise, so there's really nothing to compare it to, or you're going to have 250 dogs and some of them are just angry, upset, mad. Turns out they don't like the 6 dogs, or, it's so unpredictable how your dog might react.
Yeah.
I would not take him on a cruise any way, shape, or form. He is a perfect dog at home, but he doesn't like other dogs. He doesn't really care for other people. And what he got on it, and he thinks he wants to go for car rides. He does not. I couldn't imagine trying to take him on a ship. He would be miserable.
Yeah. Nellie says she got that cold weather at night and warm days. Great. I loved it. Also, I saw my Mexican side of family for 1 day, so that was cool. I also met Steven with YouTube channel, Good Morning Adventures. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Attila says, oh, good, Rick, and I can drive to Galveston, so Symphony is a better deal. Haha, no plane tickets needed. Connie's here. Especially some dogs lose control of their pee and poo when they get excited, not to mention none get loose because the guardrails won't stop them.
That's true too. What if one gets away, gets excited? If they're little like him, he will go right through those bars. I don't know.
Maybe 250 is stretching. 100, and what about the hyper dogs and if they get scared?
Exactly. It's a complete coin toss. I said it all sounds really good in theory. It sounds really good on paper. And in November of 2025, well, we'll see what stories come off of that ship to see how successful it was. They say if it's successful, they want to try to do again as early as May of 2026.
Yeah.
But
and Nellie says Attila, the prices for Symphony are same as Allure and Harmony. Texas Cruiser says we don't fly anymore. Attila can't stand airports and TSA. Yep.
Truth. Absolute truth.
Attila says I would worry about the pups on board being stressed at sea or around other strange dogs. Some dogs are very social and love dog parks and greeting new pals, but I don't know, some don't.
Yeah. And
that's like with ours. Kinsel's a very social dog. He
Yes.
likes to go and explore with new dogs and stuff like that. Miko,
no, absolutely no. He wants nothing to do with it. He likes me, he likes Tiffany, and he likes the kids. And other than that, he's got no use for anybody else whatsoever. Oh, and he likes his groomer.
yeah.
He loves his groomer, but that's it. And so, yeah, I just hopefully anybody who does sign up for that cruise wants to bring their dogs on there, takes everything into consideration and thinks about their dog first and doesn't simply think, I want to take my dog on a cruise.
Yeah. Don't forget the dog food. Are they going to provide that?
Did not say.
Yeah, don't forget your dog food.
Did not say. And so we'll see how that goes. It's an interesting one. But Carnival, so they didn't have 250 dogs on it, but Carnival did do one where they had, but I want to say it was something like 20 service dogs. But of course, service dogs are a completely different animal from your household dog. They're trained to be in those types of situations. I think it's the most I've ever heard on this when Carnival did that special sailing for the vision impaired, and they all had service animals.
Yeah.
It was like 20 or 30 on a Carnival ship, but that's definitely not 250.
So it says, I'm getting that way too, Rick. I'm not a fan of flying anymore. No. You see too many stories about disconnected flights or getting kicked off so that somebody else can get on. And yeah, I just, no. Texas says, we sailed on Allure the first week in December and loved how the ship was decorated. Beautiful tree. A bunch of passengers got together and sang carols up and down the promenade.
We call that drink package.
I take it you've never been caroling.
Then the sprinklers came on and everybody got showered. That wasn't on Allure. All right. So now that we talked about dog cruise, let's switch over to Carnival. Carnival's done a couple of things this week alone. First and foremost, they have banned Bluetooth speakers on their cruise ships. Personally, I like it. About time. So no Bluetooth speakers. They will be confiscated if you try to take them on board the ship. They are now on Carnival's prohibited items list. This is a passenger-caused ban. No ifs, no ands, no buts. We've all seen it. We've all heard it. People take their Bluetooths up to the Lido deck, the Serenity areas, the adults-only area, crank it up with whatever they think everybody wants to hear, and really don't care about anybody that's around them. They take it in their balcony, on their balcony in their cabin, do the same thing. They don't care about their neighbors above or below them. You know the old saying, fool around, find out, to keep it clean for the show. And so for those that like Bluetooth speakers, they fooled around and they found out they can no longer bring them on board. So if you're a fan of listening to your own music, earbuds are going to be the way to make that happen going forward in the future.
Phyllis says, all right, some ships will decorate next weekend after Thanksgiving Day for Christmas. Woohoo. Phyllis says, ban the Bluetooth speakers. It's about time.
Yep. Well, they have done it.
Nellie says, I don't know why people would take speakers. There's music playing everywhere.
We have heard it, though, on several of our cruises. They'll be sitting at a table up at the Lido deck and just blasting music while there's other music playing. And unfortunately, a lot of the times, the ones that are blasting the music is not what I would call cruise appropriate music. It has a whole bunch of F this, F that, where's my derogatory term against women? Whole bunch of that going on.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this is a passenger-caused ban. Plain and simple. People didn't listen. They didn't follow the rules. Here's the consequence.
James says, yes, flying is not fun, but when you live in Cincinnati, it's really the best way to get to Galveston or Miami. Budgeting by Dina is here. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Tony on La Lita Loca was beside himself about cutting off the pizza at midnight on Carnival ships.
Yeah, we're going to get to that one. We're going to get to Pizzagate. That has been the huge controversy going on over at Carnival. People are mad. They are upset. And look, I kind of get it. But for those that don't know, the fresh-made, ready-made pizza at either Pizza Pirate or Cucina del Pizza, I think that's what it's called, or Pizza del Cucina, one of the two, or Miami Slice, depending on what cruise ship you are on. They've cut the hours on it again. It is now going to be closing at midnight. So no more ready, fresh-made slice of your pepperoni, your margarita, or the one Tiffany likes with leaves on it after midnight anymore. Unless you want to order it through room service, you can still order from room service, but that comes with a charge. Now, to replace the pizza, their Carnival has updated the menu on their late night bites. They have added a couple items. I did post the menus over on Facebook. They rotate and change a little bit. A couple of items change, for like the desserts, the sandwiches change out, but they basically will all have a soup. They will all have like chips and salsa. They will all have French fries, some form of chicken tender, chicken nugget, that sort of thing, a sandwich, hot dogs, French fries, and a couple of desserts. That is going to be open till 2:30 in 2 locations on the Lido deck. So that's the changes Carnival has made. Carnival has said that the late night bites will still have pizza. It's not the same. It does not taste the same, look the same, smell the same, remotely close to the same. Carnival calls it a Chicago-style pizza. I call it, go to the grocery store, find the one that costs like 99 cents, that's got a thick crust on it, throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. Carnival claims, this is Carnival's explanation, is that they received a large number of complaints that people were having to wait in line too long to get the pizza between after midnight and 4 a.m.
That's what Nelly's saying. Do you think they closed the pizza the pizza decision was because of the wait and the fights that ensued? Also, a buffet with soup at 1 a.m. is weird.
All right, that's Carnival's explanation for it. But I don't know. You kind of have to look at the big picture, I think, to kind of get an idea. We go pre-COVID. It used to be a midnight buffet on Carnival cruise lines. It used to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight buffet went away. The pizza place was open 24 hours a day. You wanted a pizza at 6 a.m., you could get one. COVID happens, and, well, things changed. Pizza place started closing at 4. The ice cream isn't open 24 hours a day anymore. So it begins reducing there. Then you got things all across the board. Less options at the omelet stations. Things are slowly trickling away. Your room used to be cleaned twice a day. Now it's cleaned once a day. Things are slowly disappearing. Now here we are where Carnival says, well, it's long lines and people are complaining, so we're going to shut it down and we're going to go to these 2 stations on the buffet. Well, if you compare those 2 different types of pizzas, because that's everybody's big focus, one of them is clearly made fresh. One of them is clearly a prepackaged item. And I'm pretty sure the chicken tenders are prepackaged items. They're not breading those suckers up. One of them is a hot dog, French fries. I'm doubting it's going to be the fresh cut French fries from Guy's Burgers. Yeah, the weird soup of the day, because I cannot think of the number of times it's about 2 a.m. in the morning, and I've thought to myself, damn, I could really go for a bowl of chicken noodle soup. Right?
Texas Cruiser put up there, James, you need to move to Galveston where you just walk on board any ship for a cruise. You can be my brother from another mother. And then Attila said, yeah, that is an issue, James. How about taking a peek at Texas real estate? It's a sacrifice for that cruise life. LOL. I read that one already. That's the one with the.
Oh, okay. You know where you're at then. I'm sorry.
James said, yes, Texas Cruiser, I agree, especially since we are getting a snow rain mix in the morning and tomorrow will with wind chills in the 20s all day. Snow mix, huh?
Yeah.
Tilla says pizza line closing at 12 just means super long lines between 11 and 12 at night, and not everyone gets their late pizza, and buffet late at night is not looking too good. James agrees. Nellie says the lines keep reducing food and other stuff, but yet the prices keep going up. Very true. Wow, James, that kind of weather here, they shut down the roads. They shut down the state. Sheikah, maybe if you were cruising Alaska or Iceland, you would want a bowl of soup.
That's true. That's true. There's probably times of year that soup is good. I also am willing to bet that pre-made pizza and a thing of soup is probably less expensive than keeping the pizza place open. In my mind, I don't know. I really don't know. For cruisers, it feels like a cutback.
Mm-hmm.
Cruisers are taking it as a cutback. And there's a lot of them that are not very happy about it at all. There's been a ton of complaints. Bring the pizza back. Don't touch my pizza. The pizza on the buffet is crap. I don't know. Very rarely do we ever make it to eating at midnight. That's not a common occurrence for us. But for people that are getting out of the late night comedy show, for people that are getting out of the clubs late, that are out enjoying their drink package, trying to hit that magical number of 15, the late night pizza has been a staple on board Carnival for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's a place to get that great midnight snack from. That's included, doesn't cost anything extra. And now it's gone. And like I said, all the hours are shorter too, because at least the pizza place was open till 4. Now all of your food options other than room service shut off at 2:30, and nothing is available until breakfast, with the exception of room service. But you know, at 4 a.m. in the morning, room service is not exactly moving like lightning either. You'd think it would be fast, everybody's asleep, but it's not. So I've heard.
They probably have a little bit less staff, because how many orders are they really getting at 4 o'clock in the morning?
That's true. Well, they got to pull the kitchens down, do all the cleaning and stuff like that, and that may make a huge difference in the speed of the room service.
James says, yep, I know, but it looks like more rain than snow, but it's going to be very windy and cold. Alien says, just popping in to say hello to all of High Seas Cruising. I came in to hear something about late night pizza going away on Carnival. Ugh.
You walked in on that story.
Alien says, that makes me sad. Sheikah, cruisers are not the same anymore, but I try to make the best of it. It is my choice to cruise.
That is very, very true. And somebody did say, and I actually want to say it was Tony, it might have been when I was listening to his show on this, that for us people that have been cruising, it's a issue. It's a problem. We don't like it. But as many new cruisers as these cruise lines are getting week after week right now, they don't know any better.
Yeah.
They don't know that the pizza place used to be 24 hours a day. They won't know that the pizza place was open till 4. They're going to start cruising saying the pizza place closes at midnight. You got late night snacks till 2:30. Nothing till breakfast. It is going to be normal for them. Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense. And that's very, very true. And cruise lines are after new cruisers. They want to attract the new people, just like every business. You guys know, you go down to your local cell phone company, a person that's never, ever done business with them before can often get a better deal, and you've been there for 10 years. Yeah. You see that with cable companies, cell phone companies. Cruise lines are no different. They're trying to attract the new cruiser, That's who they're after. Your most loyal cruisers, they cost them more money. You got to have diamond parties and pins and gifts and all this other kind of stuff. Not that they don't want them, but they're thinking right now is, all right, who's going to be cruising in 10 years? Who's going to be cruising in 20 years, 30 years? They're looking at the big term picture, which is getting them in now, getting them in young. And for all these changes, they don't even know they're happening.
Attila says, I am very able to miss out on late pizza. I can wait for breakfast. It's okay for me. Got to cut back anyway. Haha, I'm not buying new larger pants anymore.
We're the same way. We're half the time we are not making it till midnight. Usually if we make it till 11:30, we're wandering towards the bed already. It's time to go to sleep. So I'm not super worried. I think in all of our cruises we made the late night buffet on Carnival one time, and that was several years ago. That's the only time we've ever made it that late. But they do have desserts on there. I could be tempted by some desserts.
Set an alarm.
Huh?
Set an alarm.
Yeah, I'm gonna set an alarm because they're finally gonna put some more cake out. I may need new pants, but
Texas Cruiser says Sorrento's pizzas are pretty good. And then Margaret says a cruise without late night pizza is still better than being on land. My thoughts exactly.
that is very true too. At the end of the day, that is absolutely true. And yeah, the pizza changes are not going to stop me from cruising. I have not reached the point yet where I'm like, I'm done cruising, because they've gotten out of hand. Some people are claiming that though, and there is quite a difference in some areas between how cruising was pre-COVID and where it's ended up now. And I know the cruise lines say it's not cutbacks. It's not cutbacks. It's we're doing this for this reason and that reason. Fortunately, though, for a lot of the passengers, it feels like a cutback.
Mm-hmm. Alien says, I'm a night owl, though. I definitely get hungry at night.
And
I can't be the only one.
no, God, you're not. If you want to just if you haven't had an opportunity, you can go over and look at John Heel's page where pizza's been mentioned and read the comments below it. It is a very unhappy thread of comments. They are not happy. A bunch of them are not polite.
Nellie says, funny, when I am home, I don't eat late. When on a ship, I want to eat pizza. We don't eat the same either on a ship. We eat a lot more on a ship than we do at home.
I'm convinced there's something, it must be it's the sea air. But yeah, we get on a cruise ship. I can go a lot of days with eating one meal a day.
Mm-hmm.
But you hit a cruise ship, we're talking 4.
Yep.
4 meals.
Gotta have breakfast, gotta have a snack, gotta have lunch, gotta have a snack, gotta go to dinner, gotta have a snack.
Yeah, you still gotta hit all the guide burgers and the blue iguanas and hit the deli and all that stuff in between. We don't eat breakfast at home, but boy, we do not miss a breakfast on a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
Never have we missed a breakfast.
Nope.
And we'll go to the brunches and the sit-down restaurants for breakfast, and we're getting plates and sides and bread and
dessert.
That's because on Carnival Sea Day Brunch they serve banana cream pie. That's not my fault. We've had this talk.
Attila says, true, Margaret, that stuff won't stop us from sailing. I do find it kind of more of the nickel and diming stuff that makes me a bit loony. Texas Cruiser says it's the motion of the ocean that does it, Nelly.
It's something. Cruise ships make me hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They make me hungry. Now, of course, we walk a huge amount while we're on a cruise vacation. One side of the ship to the other, front to the back. It's not unheard of to do 6, 7, 8 miles a day while we are cruising, walking. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, too.
Nellie says, yes, on a cruise, I eat all 8 meals a day. Wait, that's how many meals are in a day, right?
On a cruise ship, yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you got to have breakfast, then brunch, then lunch, then dinner, and there's snacks in between every single one of those. So, yes, 8.
And every meal serves a dessert. I wish I could be really upset about that. I should be. But yeah, and you get a dessert with every meal and ice cream in between all of those too.
Mhm.
There's a chance I might be fat.
They make me thirsty.
So
Just kidding.
we'll have to see. Will Carnival keep it this way? Will Carnival bow underneath the pressure? Right now,
It's not looking good.
they say no. John Heald says, we are not making another change. We are not reversing our decision. This is how it's going to be. But will that actually stick? I've seen people get angry enough, long enough, and occasionally we'll see a cruise line reverse decision.
Nellie says, when I was on Mariner, I wasn't hungry, but still got a hot dog. Ugh. I've been known to do that. Margaret Attila, I agree about the nickel and diming, and don't get me started on the cost of drinks. I paid $20 for a mojito once. Gratuities, etc., were added on. Ridiculous.
I now want hot dog when we go on Mariner of the Seas. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Ellen says, I eat desserts at twice a day at least, and often in between meals. Never do that at home, but yeah, it's the salt there, I reckon.
You know, that is what we're going to blame it on. Salt air makes you hungry and desire confetti cheesecake, baked Alaska, banana cream pie for breakfast, and all of the ones in between that everybody likes. Creme brulee, tres leches.
And they wonder why people gain 10 pounds on a cruise.
My favorite are the ones that all writing comments complain about how the cruise lines aren't healthy. You don't serve healthy food. You don't serve healthy food. Well, you know what? I don't want something healthy. I want my banana cream pie for breakfast. Leave me alone.
They're not looking very hard because there is a lot of healthy options on the buffet.
Oh, I agree with you. I'm sure they're there. I've never gone looking for them.
I'll let you know in January.
I have never, ever gone looking. When I go to breakfast, I am looking for bacon. You know, I'm looking for pancakes, waffles, omelets. I am not going, I wonder where the alfalfa sprouts are in here. You know? No.
Ellie says, I can't wait till you go on Mariner. It will be closer to my Harmony, January 19th.
42 days. I'm so excited.
And Margaret says, I actually find I eat less and exercise more while cruising. Maybe I should live on a ship. I would be skinny.
I congratulate you on having that kind of positive willpower or direction when you were cruising, because mine is 100% the opposite. I cruise on and there's a little waddling when I come off.
She said she lost 4 pounds on her last cruise.
I think I just gained 4 pounds thinking about cruising.
Boss Pupa says banana cream pie and scotch for breakfast.
Ooh. I've never had it with scotch for breakfast. It's a possibility.
Texas Cruiser said once in Cozumel, I missed the evening meals due to I was at Senior Frogs. When I woke up later, Sorrento's was the only place open. That pizza tasted so good. By the way, Donna has banned me from Senior Frogs.
Love me some Senior Frogs. Now, I got a question for Mariner of the Seas. Do they have the roast beef sandwiches on Mariner with the horseradish sauce? That's the real question. Over in the oh God, I cannot think of the cafe's name. My brain has gone totally sideways.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Attila the Fun says Funfetti cheesecake is my favorite food group. That's like healthy food, right? Yeah, it's got dairy in it.
Yeah, it's made from milk.
Nellie says, when I was on Mariner, we walked 13,000 steps. Most of that was because we got lost a lot.
That's half the fun.
No, only in Windjammer at lunch.
Okay, yeah, there's that cafe, and I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me all of a sudden. But I know they were on Allure, and oh man, now it's gonna bug me.
Margaret says, I think it's mostly because I always take the stairs no matter how many decks up or down I'm going. The sea air is energizing. We take the stairs a lot, but it's mostly down. It's mostly down.
Downhill's so easy. If you trip, you fall, you're still going right for where you want to. It's perfect.
Yep.
But yeah, those little roast beef sandwiches that you get with the you have to put that horseradish sauce on them. Oh, that's good eating.
Nellie says Cafe Promenade
Thank you.
has pre-made dry sandwiches.
Thank you, Cafe Promenade. I could not, for the life of me, get that out for some reason.
Texas Cruiser says on Allure and Harmony, we love Park Cafe for lunch.
Yeah, Park Cafe is a good one. But yeah, those roast beef sandwiches, especially at the Park Cafe. You know, I learned to like horseradish sauce on Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean taught me to like horseradish sauce on a roast beef sandwich. And they say cruises are uneducational.
Maybe they'll teach you to like guacamole.
They will not.
Sheikah says I try to take the stairs as possible, and I really don't overeat anymore.
We honestly, we make a lot of jokes. We try not to, but we will eat till we are full. I think the best secret we learn now is we don't get a whole bunch of everything. We'll get a bunch of little bits of something. And if we go up there and there's a couple different desserts that we're interested in, oh, that looks good. That looks good. Usually Tiffany gets one, I get a different one, and we split and share. We do a lot of splitting and sharing to get that food to maximize our.
Margaret says
tasting.
El Loco Fresh is my favorite Mexican. They have the best pico de gallo.
You have not been to Local Fresh.
Texas Cruiser. One thing about the Oasis class ships, you will get your steps in. Those ships are huge. And Attila says, good point, Nellie. Depends on your cabin choice too. If you were way up front or way in the back or down low, you wind up walking a lot more to reach some venues, especially like the MDR buffets.
See, that's why I like my cabin down low. So I get to walk down all those stairs. That's my steps. And then no one's waiting for the elevator because you're already down low. And you can get right in an empty one and ride right up.
Yeah. Nellie says, but they do have the roast beef at lunch on Windjammer. So while it's not Park Cafe and it's not the name, they call it Park Cafe. It's a great roast beef sandwich.
Yeah, that's one of my. I gotta get a slice of Sorrento's pizza. That's the Royal Caribbean requirement. Gotta get one of those roast beef sandwiches with the horseradish sauce. That's a requirement. Tiffany may make me take her back to the steakhouse. You were digging the Royal Caribbean Steakhouse last night.
Yeah, I can eat everything there.
A milkshake from Johnny Rockets. Like those milkshakes at Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
And then she's going to ride the surf simulator. She's going to do the flow rider for us. The flow rider? Sure.
Yeah.
She
I
will.
might actually get it recorded this time of you doing it.
We're going to walk by and I'm just going to kind of be like, and she'll go. No. So, but I am not hungry. I am hungry.
I still haven't made dinner.
There's no banana cream pie waiting for me.
No.
Dang it.
Texas Cruiser says, love the roast beef sandwiches with horseradish sauce and Park Cafe.
Yeah. Whatever reason, though, those rolls that they put them on are pretty hard, though. They're pretty crunchy on the outside. But for some reason, it just really works with that particular sandwich. And it's not a lot to it. There's no secret to it. It's not like there's anything, you know what I mean? But it works.
Mm-hmm. Nellie says, Harmony, I have an ocean view balcony guarantee. They assigned it already, and it's 5 from the front. So a lot of walking we will do.
On Harmony? Yes.
Texas Cruiser says, Chris, are you and Tiffany booking Symphony from Galveston? If so, when?
We have not looked at it yet, but that is absolutely our intention. So if you see a good one, let me know. But I haven't not looked at the dates yet for that.
Attila says on Dream Class Carnival ships, the glass elevators stop at deck 2, so midship deck 2 is best spot to get that elevator. Marguerite
True.
says I was disappointed with Starbucks on Navigator. I got the same mocha from Coffee Bar that serves Starbucks and from the actual Starbucks. They tasted the same, but neither tasted like a Starbucks on land.
Can you speak to Royal Caribbean's coffee, baby? I do not drink coffee. This is what is your favorite sea coffee? Is it Princess
I think so.
from the International Cafe?
Yeah, because I could go get a coffee anytime I wanted. It was part of my drink package.
True.
But I like Disney's coffee too.
Joffrey's.
Joffrey's. So yeah, it's
No, we're talking about your paid coffees. So what is your favorite paid coffee on a cruise ship? Is it Disney?
No, I still have to go with Princess.
Still have to go with Princess.
Yeah. Shika says I might look at Harmony, although I have not even cruised on Navigator of the Seas yet. Texas Cruiser says an early September 26 sailing has great prices.
Well, we'll have to look at that one because next month we got to be in Florida.
Yeah. Attila says lots of folks say the Lavasta coffee on Princess is good. Yeah, I have to agree. They had a lot more options, a lot more choices, and I really fell in love with that lavender chai coffee. So
Every time I turned around, you were up there.
yep.
So I figured you had a good opportunity to date.
Texas Cruiser says I really like the coffee and cafe promenade at 5:30 in the morning. Yes. At Texas Cruiser, too close to the group cruise.
Yes, that's going to be our biggest issue right there.
Yeah. Margaret, I have not cruised Princess yet. Thinking about Ruby Princess because it's ported about 2 hours from me. Is Ruby good for First Princess?
We went on Ruby.
Yeah, I like Ruby.
We liked Ruby.
Yeah.
To be 100% honest, well, some cruise ships have been a little bit better than others. We have never been on a ship and go, damn, this thing sucks. We will never book this ship again. Not once.
No.
But Ruby was our very first Princess cruise ever, too.
I like
Excuse me. And yeah, we liked Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
She was a pretty ship. If you haven't sailed on Princess, 24-hour day international cafe, definitely take a look at the either Princess Plus or Princess Premier options. Depending on how you know, but I mean, with Wi-Fi, gratuities, a drink package, and that stuff, kind of stuff put in there, we found it to be very worth it and very valuable. And we are not big drinkers.
Yeah.
And still found it to be absolutely worth it. We love Princess, though.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we also love Royal, and we love Carnival, and we love Disney. We like NCL.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of experience with NCL, though.
Nellie says, Tiffany, go to Marshall's if you have one close by. They have Joffrey's Disney coffee bags. Yes, they do. And I'm waiting. I keep checking them because I'm waiting for the holiday flavors. I saw they were out on the internet, and now I need to get my hands on some.
She has a Disney coffee maker just to make her Joffrey's coffee in. So
Yes.
she's not spoiled at all.
No. No.
But yeah, she has that.
On Texas Cruiser, okay, Shika, I am fluid about timing. I created a Facebook group, Symphony of the Seas Galveston. Let's check that out.
Yeah, we will definitely go over there and check it out. No, I definitely want to get on the ship because Tiffany has still not had a chance to experience an Oasis class ship. She's never been on anything that big. I think she's gonna like it. I liked it. I like the Oasis class, even as huge as they are. To me, they felt way less crowded than a smaller ship. But boy, you're gonna get your steps in. You're gonna walk, and you, my love, you're gonna be lost.
Probably.
Oh, you will.
Nellie says, when at Disneyland, I saw a wheelchair with Princess tag. We talked. They sailed from San Francisco, got off in LA, went to Disneyland, and drove to San Diego to get back on board the Ruby Princess. That's awesome. That is so awesome. That's my kind of day. That's a good excursion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James says Norwegian Escape and the Encore are my two favorite ships.
Yeah, we are still going to try those. One of those two of them comes pretty close. It's either New Orleans or here. Is going to be floating around somewhere in our area pretty soon. We definitely want to try them because we'd like to see that side of Norwegian as well. We have not forgotten.
Texas Cruiser says we have never experienced a crowd of people on Allure or Harmony.
Mm-mm. It is oddly weird how those ships are laid out in such a way that people can honestly space out quite a bit. Yeah, I don't think when I was on Allure, I never waited really in line for the buffet. Getting anything to eat, getting something to drink. Granted, it was a half-mile hike to get in any of those things. You know, it took you half an hour to walk from one side of the ship to the other. But he's right. They feel really good.
Sheikah, I love NCL Bliss.
We haven't done that one.
No. Nellie's having problems finding the Facebook page. Nellie, I want to try NCO Bliss. Royal are masters at crowd management, said Margaret.
On those bigger ships, they definitely were on Allure when I was on there. Plus, there's things on those big ships you want. Those have that. That's the Wonder Restaurant, baby.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll go on just for that.
Yeah. Tiffany said, "Oh, they have food. I'm there. Sign me up." Remember, I sent you pictures when I was on Allure. And maybe it was just Allure, maybe it was just that cruise. But even the bread on Allure was like different colors. Remember, I kept sending you all those pictures where their breads were different colors. They had like red bread and green bread for dinner. And I know it's just dyes and things like that, but they had a lot of stuff on Allure that you don't see on the other ships. And eye-catching things that made you go, "Ooh, what is that? What is this?" And
yeah. Texas Cruiser says if you get a chance to do a Royal Caribbean President's Cruise, Michael Bailey knows how to party. We had a blast on Allure out of Galveston. Sheikah said, or go to Alaska. You hurry up and win the lottery so we can go on all these cruises.
Isn't that your job?
No, I don't have any luck.
All right. Everybody go tell 1,000 of your friends to come watch a video. Ooh, we need that Alaska cruise money.
Texas Cruiser says Oasis class is my favorite class of ship.
The more cruises we go on, the more ships we go on. It is tough to really come back and say this one is my favorite. But Allure's up there. Allure was up there as a great class.
James says, yeah, I've got a pretty good offer to sail the Escape June 29th out of Miami with my cruise next and another discount. It's very tempting. Nellie said, I would ask Michael Bailey, where is Icon?
Doing short 3-night cruises. Well, that's Royal's answer to getting more people on and allowing more people to have the opportunity to sail a brand new ship like that is to do short 3-night cruises.
Yeah.
Which I don't have any interest in, to be honest with you. I would never go to Miami for a 3-night cruise. Not living in Texas. I mean, if I live there, sure.
Yeah.
I suppose if I lived right there about the middle of Florida, then you'd never see me. But
I've not cruised RCL in years.
I think it's great. I think Royal Caribbean has a lot of great things going for it. One of their biggest ones, in my opinion only, is I like a lot of the shows that Royal Caribbean has. They are definitely theater quality production shows when they have them on their ships. It's one of the things I really liked about Royal Caribbean. Not that the other ones have bad ones. Disney does great theater production shows, but you got to be a Disney fan.
Yes.
If you don't care about Disney shows and Disney movies, it's a great show, but it's still a Disney reproduction. You're going to see Lion King and Frozen and.
James says the good thing I can fly out of Cincinnati on direct flights to Miami and back.
Yeah, if you can get a direct flight, that's always a primo plus. Way less chance that they manage to lose your luggage.
Speaking of Disney cruises, didn't they christen the
Disney Treasure,
Disney Treasure with it was a pretty awesome drone show.
the drone show.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I wish I could be surprised you had watched it, but I'm not.
Sorry. Star of the Seas has Back to the Future. I want to sail just for that.
Yes. I'm excited about that one too.
Texas Cruiser says, if you guys get a chance, go to Wonderland Restaurant. We are. I took Donna to Wonderland on Harmony for a surprise birthday dinner, and it was awesome. Very entertaining and enjoyable.
Oh, that Wonderland Restaurant is the only reason I convinced Tiffany to even get on an Oasis class ship. She didn't want anything to do with the big ships at all. She said, oh, no, it's too big. It's too crowded. Too many people. I showed her Wonderland Restaurant. She said, okay, I'll go. So she's willing to go simply for a dinner at that restaurant. That's one of her bucket list restaurants.
Yeah. What kind of shows does Disney Cruise have? They have Broadway style shows.
Yeah, but they're all Disney. So, like, we've seen Lion King, Frozen,
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast,
Wish.
I'm trying to think. Did we? I think it's where we saw no. Oh, we saw like Aladdin. Yeah. So they're production shows, Broadway theater type shows, but they're all going to be Disney related. So you're not going to see Footloose or Back to the Future or those type of shows, Mamma Mia on Disney Cruise Lines. You're going to see a Disney product.
Yeah. Chica says they do have great shows, but my thing is the price too expensive for the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
James, I will have to check out RCL and the large ship suit.
Well, like I said, we can all get together and maybe do Symphony of the Seas when she comes down here. Just an impromptu, everybody sail on the same date type of situation. Yeah. That could be a lot of fun. Something to look forward to. Well, of course, we'll see what other ships are going to be sailing out of Galveston. This is only the Royal Caribbean said third wave of 12. So they have not even come close to releasing all of their sailings yet. Could be even more opportunities.
Yeah. Nellie says, I have always heard the shows on DCL are great. They are awesome.
Oh, yeah, they're top-notch in quality. But if you don't care about a Disney thing, it's hard to hold your interest. I think that's what gets most people. You have to like Disney to really appreciate the show.
Nellie or Texas Cruiser says, Nellie, I asked Michael about Icon. I told him Galveston would be a great home for Icon. He said they are looking at it. Sheikah says 2027 group cruise.
Well, let's get through 2026 first. Let's get through the first one first. Yeah. I think if we jump on Symphony, we're just going to all do that for fun. I mean, that's how we ended up on a cruise with James.
James says, I'm also invested in seeing the diving show. So neat to think they can dive into a pool on a moving ship.
Yeah, the diving shows are great. The Aqua Theater, the ice skating shows are great. I don't even care for ice skating or anything like that. But boy, they're good shows. Mm-hmm. Of course, I don't like theater shows, but boy, y'all will not miss one on a cruise ship. Something about cruising that it just makes you want to see it all, do it all, and like it all.
Margaret said, I don't care much about the princesses, but I love Disney villains. I wish they would make a ship entirely villain themed. I know so many adults that would love that. That could be coming only because they're making a whole section of the park just villains, because they're starting to realize that people are liking the villains.
The villains, yeah. So you may see some themed villain cruises coming from Disney. I would agree that is a very distinct possibility. Yeah, they're starting to lean that way.
If they're going to put it in the park, I'm sure it's going to wind up on a ship soon. Nellie says 2026, we are going to Disneyland Paris. I've been there before, but it was Euro Disney so long time ago.
The one you want to go to, I think,
Japan
is the Japanese one.
I want to go to Japan.
the Japanese one. Yeah, Disney Tokyo.
Yes. Doesn't the new Disney ship have a lot of villains?
They are adding a lot of characters. I think it's the Treasure.
The Treasure has Aladdin, Coco, because I know it's Jasmine and Aladdin.
No, he's right. One of them has some very specific villain theming.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it the Treasure or the Destiny?
I don't know.
But you're right. I do remember reading something about one of them was going to be tilted more towards villain.
Okay, Disney Destiny coming in 2025 has heroes and villains themed to it, so it's getting closer, but still not fully villain themed.
There we go. Yeah, I knew it was something out there that was like that.
Yeah. Texas Cruiser says, I am really looking at MSC Seascape when she comes to Galveston.
Like I said, we're on that. We're already on that. November 7th, I think it is. We are on that sailing. That one's already booked and locked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to miss that. I think that's going to be an event, to be honest with you. I think that is definitely going to be an event. All right, I think we are going to get.
I wish Disney send one of their larger ships to Galveston.
So does Tiffany.
I've been on those ships.
Like you'd say no.
I'd never say no. Ooh, Destiny 4-day cruise, $19,000 for a 4-day cruise. Laugh out loud.
That's for an inside cabin on deck 0. But all right, we are going to get it ready to wrap this up for tonight. There will be no live next week. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So that Wednesday night, people busy. People got stuff to do. Prepping for the big eating day on Thursday. So we were going to skip the live next week. That way everybody has time to do what they got to do, including us. I got to prep the brisket to cook the next day. Tiffany has said, I don't want a turkey. She said, I don't want a ham. She said, I want cow.
Margaret, so I figured out I need to live to be 120 to get on all of the ships I want to sail. I need to get working on that.
Me too. And then they come out with more over and over and over again.
Everybody's just saying goodnight. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Since we won't see everybody on the live prior to that, we'll have videos, of course, between now and then. We will put out our Thanksgiving, traditional Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving message. We also have our 4-year channel anniversary State of the Union or State of the Channel address that will be coming out on the 26th of this month. But we will not be back live for 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anybody's got any ideas? Should we shift the time a little bit? Move some stuff around? Kind of let us know. I know it's fluctuating a little bit right now. We cannot go back to 6 anytime in the future, but kind of look at our friends out there on the West Coast. You know, dang, they're having lunch by the time this live comes on. So we will take a look at all of that. If you guys got suggestions, feel free to throw that to me.
Sheikah, good luck. She's hosting 2 Thanksgiving dinners.
I've just got to feed Tiffany and the kids and the dogs. So, but I do, of course, have to prep the brisket the night before and then get up super early because it's going to have to spend many, 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 many hours on the smoker. Don't worry. I'll share some video of that later on.
So everybody gobble till you wobble.
So yeah, Tiffany's gobble till you wobble. All right, it has been fun. It has been awesome. Love having everybody here. Love talking. Love chit-chatting. Sharing all the cruising information. We all know what we like to eat now. And hopefully we can all get on a cruise and do our own wobbling between the dessert stations for our confetti cheesecake.
Yes.
A guy's burger. Just no pizza after midnight. So thank you everybody for being here. And like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
good night, everybody.